Some small businesses and restaurants in Clackamas County reopened under high-risk tier COVID-19 guidelines, even though that county is still in the extreme risk category.
It's all part of a push by business owners and local leaders, but some say it's just too soon. Fox 12's Bridget Chavez joins us live now. Bridget, you spoke with the owner of Harmony Restaurant and Bakery in Estacada. What are her concerns?
Well, Jenny Bedoin tells me she has several worries, but the biggest one is that these businesses that are opening up without the green light from Governor Kate Brown will keep the county in the extreme risk category even longer. Some local businesses in Clackamas County have reopened under the high-risk tier guidelines for COVID-19, but the county remains in the extreme risk category, and not everyone is on board with this push to reopen.
I happen to believe in science. I support science, and I trust that that these state mandates are in our best interest. It feels irresponsible to me that people would be dismissing that science.
Jenny Bedoin owns Harmony Restaurant and Bakery. She believes reopening too soon could hurt these small communities more in the long run.
The reality is that numbers are still really high, and people are dying. And I don't think that this sort of rogue behavior of dismissing those recommendations is helping us. I think that it's potentially putting our whole community at higher risk.
Sandy Mayor Stan Pulliam is among the local leaders encouraging small businesses to reopen. He says this movement is about businesses who are at risk of closing for good.
This has always been about businesses that don't really have a choice. Their decision is between breaking this mandate the governor has put on them or losing their business.
Bedoin tells me she empathizes and feels for those businesses.
I understand the desperation, and I feel like moving quickly and dismissing science is not ultimately the quickest way for us to come out of this.
We reached out to the Oregon Health Authority on transmission of COVID-19 in restaurants, and they say they cannot definitively pinpoint where transmission happens, but there is overlap between small gatherings and bars and restaurants. They also provided us with a statement that says in part, quote, "Restaurants and bars pose risks because people take off their masks to eat and drink, and restaurants tend to be places where people talk more, which produces more droplets and aerosols that are potentially infectious. And many restaurants and bars are smaller spaces." So far, we know of only a handful of businesses in Clackamas County that are now operating under those high-risk guidelines. Reporting live in Northwest Portland, Bridget Chavez, Fox 12 Oregon.